Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to the Schwigget Show. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my next build in Ark, and it is the biggest lighthouse ever in Ark. Now, there she is. There's the base, extending all the way up to the roof. 77 floors. Quite a fun little build. A little bit of trial and error and frustration here certain moments of the build, but it all turned out very nicely. Got this nice walkway that goes around the entire outside. Nothing too fancy, just pretty simple. Wasn't looking for anything too fancy, just building a lighthouse. So, there's no accommodations, nothing like that. Just plain and simple lighthouse. But the design of everything turned out really cool. Definitely like these new cliff platforms. I think they're a great addition to Ark. Definitely open up a lot of possibilities for future builds. But we have that external walkway that goes all the way around. We have 4 of these other walkways that connect to this middle platform. This turned out quite nicely as well. And everything in this build is very symmetrical, which makes me happy. It makes my OCD happy. Great design on the outside too. Everything came together very well. Definitely getting away from box shapes. Let's go ahead, let's head inside. Take an internal view. We got that little walkway that goes all the way up to the roof, which worked out really well. Yeah, the design of that internal pillar as well, you know, just really nice structural design. There's a base level. So let's head on up to the roof and check it out. Now, to be completely honest with you, I did cut off about 5 levels off of the max height that I could have built. I did so to keep with the external design with the windows and everything. But with that being said, technically somebody could build a bigger lighthouse if they really wanted to. If that is something that somebody wants to do, more props to you. But for now, this is the biggest lighthouse. Now here we are at the roof. It's nice and simple. Great patterns though. Really like the glass ceiling pattern. Really like the stone ceiling pattern. Especially that internal part. Just really cool. See all the way down to the base level. So yeah, there you have it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and punch in the code, change the time of day to night, and then we'll do another quick little walkthrough and you can see it all lit up. Now, I actually ended up having to build this entire structure 2 times. The first time I saw this area and I got the idea and I just started slapping down pillars and ceiling tiles and didn't really slow down to measure anything. And so it ended up turning out quite lopsided and things weren't lining up quite right. And then I actually hit my structure limit. I actually went over it. I was at 97,000 structures and still had a few small areas that I had to complete. And so I was trying to clear up some space to complete it, and in the process I ended up destroying a large portion of the first build. So I took the opportunity and I just did a complete server wipe and started over from scratch. But I'm glad I did. Everything turned out a lot nicer with this build. I'm right about the max structure limit, like 64,000 approximately. But in the process learned a nice little tip and trick with building with pillars and ceiling platforms. I'll go over that a little bit later, but let's finish this walkthrough. And yeah, I really like the design of this, with the star reflections in the glass, the nice green glow. Just adds a nice ambiance. Let's head on down. Yeah, and you got those stars in all the windows, all the way down. I think it looks killer looking up. Really cool at night. If there's one thing about this build I'm not exactly thrilled about, whoa, a little Spider-Man there. It is the actual light source. As you can see, actually right around this area is the cap for the light source. And so the further up you go from here, it's not as bright. And you can see the light source originates all the way down from the very base level. Yeah, it's like super bright down there. And so it's not as bright as I would have liked all the way up to the ceiling, but whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, this is just a goof build, so who cares? But still, looks super cool. So that's kind of what I was talking about. You can see the light. It fills up those windows down there very nicely. But as we start going up, not quite as bright. We'll head on out and get a better view. But there you have it. The biggest lighthouse ever in Ark. I'm gonna jump down here. It actually looks, oh no. Oh no. Oh, phew. That was a close one. It looks really cool. Like, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Like, that's what I was hoping that it would look like all the way up. But yeah, didn't quite get that. So, as far, I was mentioning the pillars and that little trick I came across. And as you could see, I got the main support pillar. And this entire build is actually supported by just 8 main support pillars. They're the 7 that go all the way around. Each one is for each walkway that connects the cliff platforms. And then there's a central pillar right in the middle. It's just single high, maybe 2 high, but that entire tower is supported by that as well. And the external, these pillars out here, not really necessary. I left them just to be on the safe side. It is a new trick I came across, and that's how I ended up destroying a large portion of the first build. So just erring on the side of caution, I left them there. But yeah, it's just main 8 support pillars. And I'll make a video here going over that. And I know there's a few videos out there already that show how to make the extending floating platforms. And while that's something I did just come across on my own before I watched the videos, I haven't really seen anybody talk about how to destroy everything else and be able to keep the rest of the structure afloat. So I'll go over that, and it's fairly simple. Just a little bit of a process you have to go through to make sure that the rest doesn't get deleted. But yeah, that'll probably be my next video, so definitely tune in. Definitely think it's a great little piece of information, especially for people that like to build these obscure and strange and crazy endeavors such as this. And maybe not the best idea for PvP servers, But, you know, for single player PvE, you know, you could do some really cool things. And I mean, essentially, you could build an entire house and just have one pillar supporting the entire thing. In the end, mind you. But I digress. And so, there you guys have it. The largest lighthouse ever in Ark to date. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. And tune in next time for the Schwigget Show.